Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Our teacher for this week is Jeff Brown. And just before I read a few thoughts from Jeff Brown to lead us into today's meditation, I want to remind you that the best way to make sure that you have as much of an inner experience as possible and don't get distracted too much is have your space be as dark as you can. If your space cannot be dark enough because it's already daylight where you are, then a sleeping mask plays an important role to make sure you have as little outside distraction as possible and as much of an inner experience as you can have. Anthony, a very good morning. Somebody, good morning. And Maggie, a very good morning to you. It is awesome seeing you all here today. Right, what does Jeff Brown have in store for us today? I'll read to you the first quote. It says, "The glorification of busy will destroy us. Without space for healing, without time for reflection, without an opportunity to surrender, we risk a complete disconnect from the authentic self. We burn out on the fuels of willfulness and eventually cannot find our way back to center. And when we lose contact with our core, we are ripe for the picking by the unconscious media and other market forces. After all, consumerism preys on the uncentered. The further we are from our intuitive knowing, the more easily manipulated we are. The more likely we are to make decisions and affix goals that don't serve our healing and transformations. To combat this, we have to form the conscious intention to prioritize our inner life, to notice our breath, our bodies, our feelings, to step back from the fires of overwhelm and remember ourselves. It may feel counterintuitive in a culture that is speed addicted, but the slower we move, the faster we return home." Estelle, good morning. Pat, good morning. The slower we move, the faster we return home. I really enjoy that sentence. And I'll pause for a moment on when we lose contact with our core, we are ripe for the picking. After all, consumerism preys on the uncentered. When you are uncentered, you become prey for anyone with a simple answer. Whether it's here, buy this bling, or here, go on this holiday, or here, drink this kind of alcohol. The products themselves are not bad, but they are being marketed to our woundedness, to our insecurities, and the only way to avoid these traps are to step back from the fires of overwhelm and find our center again. I love this piece by Jeff Brown so much, and I'll read one more thought to you before we get started. It is important to grant yourself permission to wander as part of your spiritual journey. So often mischaracterized as lostness, there is a kind of immersion in the not knowing that is actually quite necessary if we are going to find our way home. So much information can come up when we are looking in no particular direction. By surrendering to the unknown, we create the space for a deeper knowing to emerge. In the heart of not knowing, the paths that we are here to walk reveal themselves. In the heart of not knowing, the paths that we are here to walk reveal themselves. Isn't that beautiful? The first part specifically speaks about being centered and how when we become uncentered, we become prey, we become victims to the market forces. Our meditation today is I Am the Mountain, which has at its core the idea of becoming centered even when things around you might feel stormy. That you in fact have the ability to find your center in any storm. Because it's when we lose our center that we forget who we are and we start grabbing at easy answers in some kind of a hope to be saved. The mountain isn't you. The answers are all there. Let's go home. Linda, good morning. It's good to see you. If you're ready, you can close your eyes and let's float away on today's journey together, starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep inhale. And let it go. A deep breath in. And out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, feel yourself grow from your core, expanding in all directions. Once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. As you exhale, soften. As you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. Imagine embodying the presence of a mountain. Imagine having the advantage of being present and seeing over vast amounts of time. Seeing how the landscape around you changes. Witnessing these busy humans like ants scurrying, deeply involved in their very important business. If you had this benefit, the benefit of really seeing over vast amounts of time, would any clever marketing strategy be able to convince you of what is important and what is not, of what you need, what you actually just don't need at all? I want to remind you that your soul has this presence already. Your soul has seen across time. This mountain is in you and available to you if you will journey to it. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles, going forward and to the left, and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Tilt your head to the left while you try and tilt your hips to the right. And then change direction, curving your spine into an S from your head down to your tailbone. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence as much as we are able to, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, this is a really good place to stop. If you are here for the whole journey, we'll take the next few big breaths together. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, feel into your body and bring your awareness to muscles that are busy softening. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel how your shoulders are slowly falling. Feel how your body is slowly softening. Feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, bring the picture of your mountain to your mind once again. Fly around it. See it from top to bottom. Take your next big breath. I want to invite you to be as playful as you can with this first part of the mountain imagery. The more visual your experience of this mountain can be, the lower your brain waves go, and the more access you have to your subconscious. So let's take a look at this mountain some more as you fly around this mountain, looking at it from top to bottom. How rocky is your mountain, and how much vegetation grows on your mountain? What would the ratio be? Plants to rocks. Take a good look at your mountain as you take your next big breath. Zoom into the plants of your mountain. And with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, find a plant where you can watch a seed fall, touch the ground, and sprout. Watch the seed grow roots, and then its stalk and leaves. Take your next big breath. Find the animals of your mountain. And with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, watch a mother feeding its young. Take your next big breath. Take a look at the birds of your mountain. And with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, find an egg in a nest and watch it hatch. Take your next big breath. Feel the presence of this mountain. Sit and embody the presence of your mountain. What does your mountain feel like? Holding in its arms all of this life. What does your mountain feel like? Just sitting, feeling sunlight on its surface, and holding in its arms all of this life. Take your next big breath. And what if clouds roll in and the sunlight is gone and rain starts to fall on the surface of your mountain? Drops turn into rivulets and streams. How does your mountain feel about the change in weather? Going from sitting in sunlight to sitting in the rain. How does your mountain feel about the change in weather? Take your next big breath. And as the sun goes down and the wind picks up and rain turns into storm, wind and rain lashing the face of your mountain, thunder and lightning all around, and pitch black darkness when it's not. How does your mountain feel about sitting in the howling wind, looking around at the display of a storm? Take your next big breath. When a new day breaks, as we can learn to trust that it always does, and your mountain sits in fresh air with the first rays of sunlight touching its face, how does your mountain feel about a new day breaking? Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath-holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it the longest, slowest exhale you possibly can. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, invite softness into every part of your body. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. And I'll read to you one more time from Jeff Brown. The glorification of busy will destroy us. Without space for healing, without time for reflection, without opportunity to surrender, we risk complete disconnect from the authentic self. We burn out on the fuels of willfulness and eventually cannot find our way back to center. And when we lose contact with our core, we are ripe for the picking by the unconscious media and other market forces. After all, consumerism preys on the uncentered. The further we are from our intuitive knowing, the more easily manipulated we are. The more likely we are to make decisions and affix to goals that don't serve our healing and transformation. To combat this, we have to form the conscious intention to prioritize our inner life, to notice our breath, our bodies, our feelings, to step back from the fires of overwhelm and remember ourselves. It may feel counterintuitive in a culture that is speed addicted, but the slower we move, the faster we return home. If we don't practice finding our center while we're in the storm, then every time we feel ourselves to be in stormy weather, we grab to any and all of the easy answers offered to us. Here, buy this thing. You'll be more important if you own this. Here, go on this holiday, because successful people do this kind of thing. Or here, drink this alcohol. This is the brand of alcohol that successful people drink when they need something to cope. Are you ever susceptible to any of those while you are centered? Practice making your way back to your mountain again and again. And remember this truth: the slower we move, the faster we return home. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for having found the mountain in me. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to deliberately practice and rehearse. Because if we wait for the storm to happen, the path to the mountain is not clear. We have to rehearse and practice while the weather is beautiful, so that when the storm hits, we know the path. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for really knowing the path to my mountain. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for developing an appreciation for even the stormy weather. For being in the middle of the storm and still being able to look around and go, this is quite beautiful. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for bringing your mountain to our circle. Thank you for taking your time while the weather is beautiful to practice the path. It is certainly a lot more difficult to try and find that path only when the weather is stormy. We have to practice on the beautiful days too. Ingo, good morning. Thanks for popping in, brother. I hope you had a bit of time to sit down with us. Thanks, Estelle. Thank you, Somebody. Thank you, Pat and Maggie and Anthony and whoever else might be in the background. Lots of love to you all. Have an awesome day. Keep practicing finding your path to your mountain. Lots of love to you all. Ciao, ciao.